Good morning. This is the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. My name's Dave Burney.
I'm Brent Apperson. Good morning.
27 degrees outside here at Broken Bow, Nebraska. Merry Christmas to you all. I think we can start saying that more often now as we're going into the holiday weekend. It's Friday going into Saturday. Sunday is the Christmas Eve that we've all been waiting for. Christmas Day on Monday. So we hope that you will travel safely if you're leaving town. If you're having folks come in, we do have a little bit of weather coming in, and we'll watch that for you. Looks like Nebraska State Bank will be our first guest this morning on this Friday, Brent, and they'll be in here in just a little bit. We have just enough time. I wanted to give you a heads up and FYI this morning on the breakfast show. There's going to be a little bit of controversy today, later on in the show, concerning your program today on KCNI during Party Line. There's a protest of sorts that will be presented to you during the show today.
Okay. Well, thanks for the heads up.
Do you have a lawyer?
No.
You might want to get one. 3 days until Christmas. And the last day for FedEx same-day shipping if you want your package to get here before Christmas, which reminds us of our FedEx friend, Justin. We're going to give him a call later.
Oh, great.
Find out how his legs are doing this morning. He is a FedEx man who never wears pants. 2 times all of last winter.
He wears shorts.
Right.
Right.
Yeah,
just wanted to clarify that.
And I believe he has, we're going to find out. My question will be, are you sporting solar tattoos? He has at least one tattoo I noticed on the calf of one leg. And I assume that was probably a solar tattoo of some sort, but we'll ask. That'll come later in the show as well. It's National Cookie Exchange Day today. Swap your tree-shaped cookies for your neighbor's Santa-shaped ones. Do you have any Santa-shaped ones over at your house?
No.
Okay, well, I don't imagine I'll be over then.
Okay.
According to the recipe views and Google searches, that's how we base everything anymore. You don't talk to anybody about anything, or, maybe give them a call. You just look at Google. Peanut butter blossoms are America's most popular Christmas cookie.
Amen.
Followed by sugar cookies and M&M cookie bars. Those are your top 3, according to Google.
I've said this every year. Why is the peanut butter blossom cookie, why is it only made during Christmas?
I don't know. I can't answer that.
Because that's my favorite cookie, right? It's the peanut butter cookie with a chocolate star, or some people put a Hershey Kiss in the middle of it. That's the peanut butter blossom, right?
I think so.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
And that's always been my question. It just seems like that cookie only surfaces during Christmas. I've never understood that. That'd be a cookie. That'd be the best cookie year round. We need to start a movement. We need to start a movement. The peanut butter blossom cookie needs to be a year-round cookie. How about that, huh?
How about a different solution?
What's that?
You get the recipe, and you make the cookies.
Okay.
Then you could make them anytime you wanted to.
Well, that's right. I'm saying that to myself. I'm saying it to everybody. We only make them around Christmas time. I'm not excluding myself from this.
Well,
I'm just saying. We need to make it a year-round cookie.
Have you ever made cookies before?
No.
You've never made cookies?
No, I've never made cookies. I'm a man. I eat cookies. I don't make cookies. Now, wait a minute. Don't come down on me for not making cookies. I'm sure there's plenty of other men out there who would raise their hand and say, I've never made a cookie.
I mentioned to you might want to find a lawyer.
Yeah.
I think maybe you'll need one in this statement as well. I don't make cookies. I'm a man.
Well, you got to take it the way in which it was intended to be said.
How was it intended?
I've not made a cookie. I'm just saying. So you've made cookies? How many cookies have you made?
I made a lot of cookies when I was a kid.
Okay.
I love chocolate chip cookies.
Okay, a kid, but since you've become a man, how many cookies have you made?
I was a man when I was born.
Oh, okay.
I'm a male.
All right, I'm done talking.
I came into
the
this
rest
world
of the
a man.
show is yours. Obviously, I'm gonna on the final breakfast show before Christmas. Brent's getting his pantsuit off, so I'm just done talking. I'm just stepping into it today. What a great way to end my last breakfast show of the year, actually. And here I am. I'm going to be sued. What a great way to end the year for me.
Well,
and obviously I'm just putting my foot in my mouth a lot, and so here I go.
It's my job to point that out.
Yeah, thank you.
And, You could be right in there with Rudy Giuliani. You might want to hide your possessions before this is over with. The Forefathers' Day is today.
Yes.
Anniversary of the arrival of the Pilgrims in 1620. Making the arrival of the Pilgrims in Plymouth, Massachusetts on December, this is the 22nd, isn't it? It says on December 21st, 16. Oh, I see. I got it. They didn't have very good calendars back then. So they made the arrival to Plymouth on December 21st, 1620, but for some reason we celebrated on the 22nd because our forefathers weren't awesome with calendars. That day, somebody should have, like we talked about traveling in time. I would have liked to travel to that 1620 and, took an Indian off to the side, a Native American said, you might want to check on their long-range plans. All right. I didn't mean to get you in trouble. I kind of think maybe you did most of that on your own. But
I did, yeah, I did.
But you've not baked. Did you bake cookies when you were little?
All that, I helped. I licked the beaters. Does that count?
Well, only a man does that. That's a manly thing to do. Bring those beaters over here.
That's
I'm
right.
going to lick them.
I'll clean them off.
Won't take but a jiffy.
Merry Christmas.
Ho, ho, ho. All right, we do have guests coming in, so we better roll along here.
Okay.
Now, about half of the schools, I want to verify this, about half of the schools didn't have class yesterday, but half of the classes that we read did. And now Brent pointed that out to me yesterday, made me feel very embarrassed.
It was not my intent to make you feel embarrassed.
Well, it sure is my intent to embarrass you.
I know it is. I can't wait to go on vacation next week. I need a break. Litchfield Public Schools today, showing nachos on the lunch menu today at Litchfield.
All right. At the Prairie Pioneer Center today, they are featuring chili, cottage cheese, fruit, and crackers. Call them at 872-6121 and let them know you'd like a meal.
All right, Cozad is showing a lunch menu today. They're showing mashed potato pizza. That's interesting. Cheesy barbecue beef sandwich or a ham and cheese sub. Some of your choices at Cozad today.
I can just see you licking those beaters, gnawing on them.
I loved doing that as a kid.
I did too, actually.
It was awesome.
That was great.
Yeah.
Thedford schools today, they're having roast beef, mashed potatoes, California blend veggies, dinner roll, veggie, fruit bar, and milk.
Gothenburg today, made fresh glazed chicken over rice, corn dog, fresh baked Italian turkey sub, and made fresh pepperoni pizza. Some of your choices at Gothenburg today.
Sandhill School at Dunning, hamburger on a bun with chips.
Broken Bow Middle and High School today, made fresh glazed chicken over rice, Pizza Hut pizza, fresh baked zesty combo sub, and the grill station combo today at Broken Bow is spicy chicken sandwich basket.
Ansley today.
What are you laughing at?
I don't know. I'm a man thing. I just can't get that out of my head.
I probably shouldn't have went there, but most men, I'm okay in saying that most of us eat cookies, not necessarily make them ourselves. Now, I know that there are many fabulous bakers and makers of cookies that are males. I know that.
Okay.
And I probably shouldn't have said that.
Don't get all
Okay.
upset. I mean, it's
All
okay. A lot of trouble this morning. Ansley today, nachos, fruit, vegetables, and milk. And the Sargent Public Schools, not having lunch today. And let's remind you one more time before we get too far along here. Arcadia Husky Wall of Fame would like to remind you that the deadline for submitting new nominees for consideration for induction into the Wall of Fame is quickly approaching. January 4th is the deadline. That's when they resume school at Arcadia from the Christmas break. And you might want to get in there or give them a call. They can get you a form that you'll need. at 308-789-6522. All right. Got a kind of a short guest list today, so we'll have time to discuss legal matters here on the show, and later on we'll be discussing fairness in broadcasting concerning Brent's special show he brings you each year at this time, an annual event.
What are you talking about?
Well, I'll tell you later. It's all set up. We got it ready to go.
Okay.
Little Christmas gift for you.
Oh, wonderful, yes. Always fun to be sued at Christmas time. What a wonderful gift.
Gives you that warm feeling. Okay. Sinatra is back on the charts.
Fantastic.
Frank Sinatra has been gone since 1998. But old Blue Eyes has hit the Hot 100 again, Billboard Hot 100, with his version of Jingle Bells. It reached number 18 this week.
Nice.
That's pretty cool.
Yep.
And I think the Rockin' Around the Christmas Tree, Brenda Lee's, the original version, was, I believe, number 1 on Billboard.
Oh, wow.
So second time it's been number 1 on the Billboard. So the oldies but goodies for Christmas music, still strong.
Since we're on the topic of Christmas songs and, well, being sued,
Mm-hmm.
are we going to break out Chipmunks Roasting on an Open Fire?
I think we
today?
should.
All right, wonderful.
And maybe there's another one I thought of this morning that we should play. I can't remember it now. I lost it, but might come back to me. Yes, because then it'll be very cold at my house when I go home. You're in trouble for your statement about
about cookies.
About cookies.
Yeah.
I'll be in trouble if we play the Chipmunks Roasting on an Open Fire this morning.
At least we have each other.
Yeah. Pretty soon that's all we'll have. We'll be doing a show for ourselves. Oh, I did talk to Stan out at the Whiskey Barrel. He would like to wish everyone a very Merry Christmas. And he does offer help there during the hours that they are open for families that are gathering for the holidays that are dysfunctional. Mm-hmm. That could be a very busy time. All families have their little quirks. Stan only has so much time, so if you need, help, know that while you're there buying your beverages, you can ask a quick question. What do I do about my cousin who I don't get along with, or something like that? It'll be very direct, trust me. Stan will have a thought on that. And any other things that you want to talk about with Stan and his fine staff. They'd like to wish you a very, very Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Of course, pretty busy time of year for the Whiskey Barrel, and they want to thank you for all the business that you've provided to them through this year, and they look forward to having you stop in 2024. Enjoy a great conversation and a wide selection of your favorite adult beverages, as well as pops and non-alcoholic drinks as well. And they just are ready to go next year for you at the Whiskey Barrel in Broken Bow. They're located right across the street from Gateway Motors, where a lot of popcorn goes down. And we always like to say sandwiched between Subway and Vet Care on the south side of Highway 2, right near the First Avenue stoplight. Can't miss it. Used to get gas there years ago. The Tumbleweed went through yesterday and got a chicken pot pie.
Oh, yummy.
Actually, a couple of them yesterday afternoon. Picked them up, and Mom's going to heat those up in the oven and enjoy those. And you can do the same. They have them froze up, ready to go. Pop them in the oven, 350, and away you go. And you can do that on casseroles, all sorts of things like that. Now, don't forget about, right now, you could pull through there and get their breakfast sandwiches. Oh, my. OMG. That sandwich the other day, when you couldn't eat, was one of the most delicious breakfast sandwiches I've ever had. Because of the bacon, the Tumbleweed bacon, you just can't beat it. The cheese laid over and melted just right. And then the egg was just cooked just perfectly. And I believe they're homemade buns, breakfast. So, it's kind of like similar. A lot of times you think about the McDonald's breakfast sandwich. I think these are better. They're homemade. They're nice. And they were so tasty. I better finish this up here. They have the express meals now. You can drive through from 11 a.m. until 2 p.m. and grab a hamburger, cheeseburger, bacon cheeseburger, chicken sandwich, or chicken strips and seasoned fries. And that's just like driving through any other drive-through. It's really fast. Express meals from 11 a.m. until 2 p.m. Monday through Friday. And each Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. till 11 a.m., you'll find those delicious breakfast items, including cinnamon rolls, biscuits, and gravy, and more. And visit their Wake and Bake Nook for a nice selection of casseroles to take home and pop in the oven on these cold winter nights. Open 6 a.m. to 4 p.m. daily for dine-in, and they'll be closing at 2 p.m. on Christmas Eve, December 24th, and closed Christmas Day. Come on in, guys. We'll take a quick time out, and we'll have Nebraska State Bank in next.
The Get Up and Go Breakfast Show.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did we wake you up?
Nebraska's favorite way to start the day on KCNI KBBN.
Is pain keeping you from doing what you love? If your neck, shoulders, back, or knees are preventing you from feeling your best, it's time to take action. Whether you've had it for years or it's due to a recent injury, you don't have to live with the pain. Pearson Physical Therapy of Broken Bow offers personalized treatments and flexible appointments that work around your busy schedule. Call Pearson Physical Therapy at 872-5800 or visit us on the web at pearsonpt.com. The treatment you need, the care you deserve.
Merry Christmas from Gary's Superfoods in Broken Bow. Save right now on our family shank ham portions, $1.69 a pound. Frozen grade A turkey breast is $1.89 a pound. Frito-Lay chips or kettle chips are 2 for $5, and start your morning right with Simply Juice, 2 for $6. For your baking, 4-pound bags of Our Family sugar are $3.49, and 5-pound bags of flour are $2.49. Nestle morsels are 2 for $5. Gary's Superfoods, South B Street, Broken Bow. These deals good through Tuesday the 26th.
Merry Christmas, Central Nebraska. Whether you're a current or a future customer, we wish you a wonderful holiday season. Come see us soon at the E in Ansley.
11 minutes before the hour, and we'll play the game later. We got a couple of certificates to Juanitos that we're going to be giving away right across from Nebraska State Bank.
Yeah.
And Nebraska State Bank is here. How you guys doing?
Very good.
Great.
Stuart Fox, Tammy Shaw, our guests. Merry Christmas to you guys.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah, Merry Christmas. I give a plug to Juanitos. They are across the street, and they do a wonderful job over there.
I imagine you guys check that out once in a while.
We do.
I don't blame you.
We do.
It's kind of handy.
Nice having it right there,
It is.
right
Yeah.
downtown.
Yes.
Yeah. Quick question. I want you guys to dive into whatever you want to promote here this morning, but I know that you can set up a savings account for, like, college and things, 30 years down the road. But I was wondering, Tammy, is there a savings, just a short-term savings, like for buying Christmas lights and that sort of thing for next year? Because I got a guy in my neighborhood. I think if he could just put a little away once a week, by next Christmas, he could put up some lights so our neighborhood wouldn't be so darn dark.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think
Absolutely, yes, you bet.
Okay.
We do. We actually have our Christmas club.
Yeah.
So you
There
do,
you
and you
go,
put in.
yeah.
Is it weekly or monthly? You can
However
put in,
often
and
you want.
And you can't touch it until what is it? October.
November 1st.
November 1st.
They
yeah.
pay it out.
That'd
Yeah.
be perfect, Brent. November 1st, then you could go out and do some shopping and buy local and buy some lights and put them up and maybe some inflatables.
That would be nice, Brent.
Yeah.
Yeah, make the neighborhood a little more festive. Yeah.
I'll have to see. I found out today I'm going to be sued, so I'll have to see how that plays out first, and then maybe I'll have something to put into the Christmas club.
He's kind of having a bad day on his last day.
I am having a terrible day.
Well, hey, I'll make it a little bit better. I was going to give these to Dave. I'll give these over to you. Brent.
Well,
so
thank you.
I've got some goodies here. So
Okay.
it's Christmas season, and so
Thank
it's a
you.
nice little bag of my wife's
Ooh.
hand-dipped chocolate caramels.
Oh, my
So-
goodness.
Oh.
Bless
Yeah.
you.
Oh, gee,
Ah,
Merry
yes.
Christmas. Packaged up
Happy
nicely.
holidays.
Oh yeah, there's enough to maybe give Dave one or two, and maybe the rest of the staff. So yeah,
Yeah.
so Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas
Well, thank
to
you
you
very
guys.
much.
So this time of year, I guess we do kind of reflect on what we might do different next year. Maybe with a savings plan, like you mentioned, or maybe just our finances kind of come to mind when we start thinking about tax deductions and all that sort of thing. And does that kind of speed things up for you guys? People needing information and all that sort of thing.
Yeah, the end of the year, it which ties into some of the things we want to talk about. But yeah, the end of the year is usually pretty busy because people are making some last minute adjustments. Farmers maybe need to prepay, or somebody needs to buy some equipment so they can get a tax deduction and things like that. And so one of the things we want to talk about were our hours for the end of the year. And of course, Christmas and New Year's are on Monday, so we will be closed on that day. So Mondays for Christmas and New Year's we're closed, but we are open regular business hours the previous Fridays. Okay, and our East Branch will be open on the 23rd, which is Saturday, as well as the 30th. The big thing to note, though, since it is the end of the year, we only transact business on days that the Fed is open, and so the last day to conduct business for 2023 is Friday, December 29th.
Good to know. Yeah.
We are open all day, so we don't close. We don't ever close early that last day of the year, and so you're able to get those last minute things done. So I think that was an important one.
Right, IRA contributions, your RMDs, HSA contributions. Those all have to be done by Friday the 29th.
Okay.
So.
I'm glad you mentioned that. We probably think we had another day or two there.
Yeah.
But
yeah, it is kind of.
Yeah, it's a little different this year. So you got to be planning a little bit ahead there. So, but you also mentioned about maybe doing a better job of saving or something. What's interesting this year is interest rates have come up quite a bit from a year ago, and so there are some good opportunities. We do have a nice CD special that's available. We're calling it the Choose Your Term. So it's basically a 5% APY. And you can choose the term 5 months, 9 months, or 13 months based on what your cash flow needs might be. And so you can do that at any of our locations.
That's a real opportunity for folks who happen to be fortunate enough to have a little extra and get 5% return on it. Pretty uncomplicated too, I think.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and we went for so many years with low interest rates that people, especially savers, it was great for borrowers,
right?
But the savers were really, really penalized there, and so it's nice that they're able to get a nice return on their money right now.
It's also nice, I think, Stuart, to know that the stock market's a wonderful thing, and a lot of our retirements are tied to the markets, but it's so nice to have a 5% and go, that's what I'm getting, right?
Yeah.
You don't have to worry. That's not risk.
That's right.
And is that up to a certain max on those?
No, we don't have a max.
Okay.
There's a minimum of $500.
Yeah.
$500.
Which honestly is probably pretty low. A lot of banks will have a little bit higher one, but we, if you want to save money, we don't want to have this high threshold. We want everybody to be able to participate. That leads us into FDIC insurance. So if you do, if you're one of those that does have a lot of money, FDIC insurance is limited to $250,000 per depositor. But if you're married, have kids, there's different ways to title those accounts so that you can get quite a bit more FDIC insurance. And so we can show you how to calculate that. It is each person's responsibility to calculate that, but we can show you those tools and help you walk through that. Right. So,
speaking of tools. The world of banking just still amazes me. All the different technology tools that your customers have available to them, online checking and much more, safety precautions that you guys take. It's crazy, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just on our mobile app, you can deposit a check, you can pay a bill.
Yeah.
You can look at your check statements, any account statement. So yeah, it is amazing, and we saw those numbers. I think a lot of us during COVID, we had to find other means of finding information out when a lot of offices were closed, and so that we've saw numbers rise, and they're continuing to rise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, as the world turns, the folks that come out of school and college and go out into the workplace, they're not going to think a second thing about it. That's just going to be the way they do it, right?
Right.
So.
And you can also, you can put your card on your phone. You can load your debit card on your phone. So if you have your phone, you can pay at a grocery store or gas station.
Yeah.
So it's handy.
Yeah, do you guys use that? I mean, I watch the TV some, and they have the little, what's that called, the stamp down in the corner. You can actually use your phone on your TV, and it's
that QR code or something.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep. To buy something.
yes, crazy. You could probably buy an inflatable on there.
They're good at figuring out how you can spend money.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah. But I think with that though, sometimes people, if your wife ever forgot her purse or if you ever forgot your wallet, if you've loaded your cards onto your phone
You're still good
and
to go.
you're down, you're down the road. You're not out of money. You're still able to buy something or get gas or something. So I think that's important to know. So even if you don't use it on a regular basis, it's kind of a nice safeguard to have. But with the mobile banking that Tammy talked about, there's also alerts that you can set up on your phone. There's, I hate to say it, but there is especially now this Christmas season, there is a lot of fraud going on, and so you can set up different alerts on your phone. There's quite a few different alerts, based on low balances. You can get notifications when something goes through on your debit card or your credit card. I'd encourage people to do that. You might say, well, I don't use any of that. I don't use online banking. I don't use mobile. I just write checks. Well, I hate to say it, but there's check fraud too, and so we've kind of rampant lately. We've had some check fraud where people they intercept someone's check and they alter the check, and that goes through for a different amount. And so there is some responsibility from a consumer standpoint to make sure that gets caught within a certain amount of time. It's not an unlimited that 6 months later you can go back. And so it's really important to be monitoring your account. So even if you don't use those, if you just do the handwritten checks or the old style, there's still things to watch for. It's really, really sad that people can't put that effort to good use.
Yeah.
Well, that's true. But I know you guys spend a lot of time and a lot of money making sure your customers are protected as best they can be. But we all, as consumers, have some responsibilities for that too.
Yeah, and it's heartbreaking when you see someone that gets defrauded. And so we do everything we can. We encourage people to make sure if you have one of these phones, get it updated. Make sure there's continual updates that come out on your phone. Make sure you have the automatic updates. If you use a browser, Chrome or Edge, our IT people are coming through all the time and say, hey, there was an update last night. Make sure you get that updated right away, because there can be some security issues. So, we encourage everyone to do that because that is how some people can get into your system. The other thing we like to do is educate people on some of the scams as far as the phishing. When we do a lot of phish tests at the bank, and we. Sometimes people think, we're just trying to catch them doing something wrong, and that's not the case. We're just trying to educate people what to look for.
Right.
When you're looking at an email and you see something, ask the question: am I expecting that email? Is that from someone that I'm expecting an email? We're trying to teach people what to look for, and so whether you work for the bank or just as a consumer, don't click on things unless you were expecting that or you're sure that it is legitimate, because it can open up a lot of issues if you click on the wrong thing.
It's crazy. Personal experience. I think we were in Denver at a concert a year or so ago, and we were at a concession stand, and my wife Joan was trying to use her card, and they'd run it through and run it through and run it through, and they were having trouble with it. So we were there an extra long time. Lo and behold, a few hours later, I don't know, maybe the next morning, we got a notice saying somebody had able to pick up that card and had charged something to our card a couple blocks down at another hotel. So you never know who's going to get you, right?
You don't.
Right.
Yeah.
No,
It's
it's
nuts.
crazy.
Yeah.
It is crazy. Yeah.
And another thing I'll mention is, we put a lot of rules in place on the cards that we put out there, and a lot of that's to protect you. It's also to protect the bank. And sometimes, so if you're at a merchant and your card gets declined for some reason, make sure you call the number on the back of the card. Make sure you call the bank, because sometimes those rules will catch something that is legitimate and it doesn't let it go through.
Yeah.
I took my son on a trip for wanted to go to a race. We went, and he was at the F1 store, and I think he swiped his card about 12 times. And didn't get done, but we were able to call the bank, and they were able to get that reset, and so he's able to. But we do that for your protection, for the protection of the bank, because we don't want those fraudulent things to go through. It can be frustrating, but we want people to understand why sometimes even a legitimate transaction could get declined.
Tammy, talk about because you guys kind of do some fun things with cards, the card program that you had out to have the schools logos on them.
Mascot cards, yeah.
Is that still going?
Oh, yeah. We have Broken Bow Indians, South Loop Bobcats, and Anselmo Myrna Coyotes. And, yeah, you can come in and get those. There is a $10 fee for those, but that $10 goes to that school. Mm-hmm. So...
Pretty
it's
good
kind of
deal.
fun to see that, yeah.
And then one of the other programs you have is working with the schools on teaching the kids how to do business, right?
Yes. We have 2 in-school banks. We have one in Broken Bow, one in Myrna, and we're in the process of opening one in Callaway. So we just interviewed tellers this week, so it's pretty exciting.
Yeah. That's a neat program.
Oh my goodness, it's amazing.
Yeah. Because I know that they get some education in that area in the schools and so forth, but I mean, we had general business class back in the day to learn how to write checks and do all that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Now, with all the things you're talking about, there's much more to learn.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
But the big thing is to save money, right?
Right.
That's the idea with them.
Yes. And they save, after so many deposits, they get a prize. That's the interest they earn. And, once in a while, we'll have a student ask us, how much money do I have in my account? And when we tell them, they're amazed that, just their little 50 cents or a dollar, whatever they bring, it does add up. So it's fun for them to see that.
Great lesson.
Yeah.
That's another great program.
Great.
Well, Nebraska State Bank, I think, is known for community involvement. I know, Stuart, that's big on your list. You guys are pretty much at it all the time. Christmas time, here you were out encouraging local shopping here on was that Black Friday? I think.
Friday, yes.
Yep. Yeah, Black Friday, Small Business Saturday, and we're giving out the $20 Nebraska State bucks, and I think everybody had a good time with that. Fun. We got lots of people taking selfies with us, and we're able to post that on our Cash the Eagle page. And we really believe in giving back to the local communities, whether it's for events like that to encourage local shopping, but a lot of it is encouraging our employees to get involved in the community. Different types of community service. We do offer some hours that all of our employees can use for community service throughout the year, and then we also encourage everyone, especially the officers of our bank, to get involved in different organizations. And so John Smith's been on the hospital board for how many years, and we do a lot with economic development with the Chamber of Commerce. All of those organizations. I think we've got a school board member right now. We encourage that because that is so important for these local communities to have good leadership.
I'll pick on you personally a little bit, Stuart, too, but the Fox name, the Fox family name, seems to go side by side with entrepreneurship and investments you've made. Fox Theater, for one, that's very obvious, but I know you and your brother and have other things that you're working on to invest in that return things back to the community, so you're kind of backing up what you have your employees do.
And that's the thing, and I guess I would say I'm blessed to be able to do those things, with the theater. We've actually didn't post this, but I think 3 days ago was our 20th year that we've owned the theater in town.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I think it was December 19th, 2003 was our first day, and we showed the third Lord of the Rings film, and wow. But that's always been kind of a community service for us. Obviously you want to make money as a business owner, but the real thing was to give back to our community, and so we're blessed to be able to do that and not just to worry about the bottom line 100%. And Yeah, with the Fox name, my brother with the Kincaidor and stuff. But we are working. We have formed a group that purchased the Custer School. We're working on trying to come up with something that'll be beneficial for our community there from a housing perspective. And so we'll see where that goes.
Well,
there's a lot to be determined there.
I take my hat off to you there. As I told Barry, I go on walks past there every once in a while, and when they started to take the fence down and they were talking, and I understand the plan. They wanted to add housing and not being critical there, but my heart kind of was sad when I walked past there. I'm going, man, Mrs. Phelps was a good teacher to me in third grade in there.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of memories for people, and actually you'd know more than me, but it looked like a very solid structure. So
yeah, it really is, and so that's our hope that we can save it. I know a lot of the people we've talked to that have done these type of projects. A lot of them say, "Don't do it," But we're hoping this is the exception. We're hoping that this one is something that we can salvage. We really, because the bones of the structure are amazing. Yeah. So
well, if you give it your best effort, that's all we can ask. And if it doesn't work out, we understand. But
sure,
thank you for the effort, because it's a heck of a good building.
It is.
And it's got a lot of memories in there.
Yeah, and for me, you look around town and you look at, there's people have some of these Facebook pages that they post different pictures from history, and you're like, man, I wish someone would have stepped up and saved that building.
Yeah. I know.
There's so many buildings.
So many.
I remember my mom used to talk about the Bow Theater,
Yes.
which is, I think, the parking lot of where the First Interstate Bank building is, and I don't remember that. It was probably tore down after, but I just don't remember it. But you just wish, I wish someone would have done something to save some of those old structures.
Oh, man, the deco art in that building would have been fabulous to have today. But that sometimes happens when we have, quote, progress. The example I always look at is the old market down in Omaha. They got kind of crazy down there tearing down buildings. The ones they left are a little busy center now.
Right.
So I think sometimes we need to step back and go, do we really want to tear down that old structure? I'm with you 100%.
And I think some of it comes into just some of the regulations and stuff, the building codes and different things. I think that's what gets in the way of some of those things. But we're going to do our best.
All right. Well, we appreciate that, and appreciate Nebraska State Bank, one of the oldest businesses in Custer County, I think, along with some other 1917. That's amazing. Yeah. I always say businesses like yours for KCNI have been doing business since KCNI went on the air in 49. That seems like that's a long time ago. And then you have another one that pops up as WinQuest Auto that goes back to when I guess we first had cars.
Yeah.
So you're one of the older ones out there, but got to have good banks to have good commerce, right?
That's right. Yeah. That's right. All works together.
Well, thanks, guys. Brent, I think on 5% on $500, you can probably make a little profit on that and spend the $500 on the lights. That's the way I look at it. How do you look at it?
No comment.
What am I going to say?
You know, and I might have a few extra lights that I might make you a deal too.
Oh, right. There you go. Wonderful. Oh, great.
Last question. Tammy, I know you've made cookies before.
Yes.
Here we go.
Yes.
Yeah. Stuart, have you baked cookies?
Of course.
Well, of course.
Of course.
As a full-grown adult?
Yeah. My whole family, everybody cooks in my family.
Oh, nice.
Now, there's to be a lawsuit filed on Brent for stating that men don't bake cookies. I think it's
No, I was talking about myself. That was not a general statement about all men. I said as myself, I don't bake cookies, I eat cookies.
Oh.
There's nothing wrong with that either.
See?
You see how worked up he gets, guys? I have to work with this guy every day, and for some reason he's just all worked up all the time.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know why.
Honestly, my son is the chief baker at our house. Yeah. So he likes to try out a new recipe all the time. So, and I am the beneficiary of that. So
there you go. Well, Merry Christmas, guys.
Merry
Christmas to you.
Thanks for coming in. We appreciate you doing that, and appreciate your business, by the way.
And thank you. Thank you for what you do.
Thank you. All right, news is next on The Breakfast Show.
You are listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Go on KCNI, KBBN, Broken Bow, Nebraska.
CBS News Special Report. We're just learning an American who was among the 240 people taken hostage by Hamas during the October 7th rampage has died in captivity in the Gaza Strip. 73-year-old Gadi Haggai was a dual citizen of the U.S. and Israel. His wife Judy is reportedly still being held captive by Hamas. Hamas has warned that time is running out for the hostages as the Palestinian war with Israel nears its 12th week. This comes after the U.S. just agreed to support a UN resolution boosting aid to Gaza. CBS's Pamela Falk.
In final form, increases much-needed aid to civilians in Gaza and does not constrain Israel's ability to degrade the militant group Hamas's military arsenal, nor does it impede Israel's ability to search for Israeli, American, and other nations' hostages.
CBS News Special Report. I'm Stacy Lynn.
In Nebraska news, the attorney for former Kearney High School girls basketball coach Jonathan J.D. Carson wants to question the district superintendent and high school principal with the apparent intent of filing a defamation lawsuit on Carson's behalf. His attorney, Nathan Bruner, has filed civil papers into Buffalo District Court asking that he be allowed to depose Kearney Public School Superintendent Jason Mundorf and Kearney High School Principal Jeff Gantz. In those courtroom documents, Bruner writes that Carson expects to file a defamation lawsuit and wants to question Mundorf and Gantz to find out more about allegations of professional misconduct against him. In the court filing, Bruner writes that he wants to find out who made the statements against Carson, what the statements were, when the statements were made, and how they were handled by the administration at the school. Carson resigned last month as head coach just before the beginning of the basketball season, citing personal reasons. During a Kearney Public Schools board meeting last week, Carson called the district's investigation into accusations inappropriate behavior a tactical witch hunt, according to a report by News Channel Nebraska.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Eddie Garcia.
In the NFL, Thursday Night Football saw the Rams handle the Saints 30-22. The Rams were in control throughout. They had a 30-7 lead in the fourth quarter. New Orleans had a couple of late touchdowns to make it look more respectable. Rams quarterback Matthew Stafford had a couple of touchdown passes, one of them to wide receiver Puka Nacua, who had 164 yards receiving. Rams improved to 8-7 with their fifth win in their last 6 games, and they're holding the 6th seed in the NFC playoffs. New Orleans is 7-8. They're a half game back at Tampa Bay in the NFC South race and a half game back at Minnesota and Seattle for the last wildcard spot in the NFC. In baseball news, the Dodgers signed Japanese star pitcher Yoshinobu Yamamoto, 12 years, $325 million. The deal outbid teams like the Yankees, Mets, Giants, and Red Sox. Yamamoto has won 3 straight Japanese League MVP awards. NBA, Jazz and the Pistons, their 25th straight loss, 119-111. Timberwolves topped the Lakers, 118-111. Minnesota's 21-6, tied for the best record in the league.
Here's your weatherology forecast. Sunshine today with a high nearing 60. Clear skies overnight tonight with a low around 31. Sunny with a high nearing 57 into Saturday, and rain showers are likely into Saturday night, cloudy with a low around 29. Easterly winds between 15 and 20 and gusting as high as 30. Rain and snow showers are likely into Sunday, cloudy with a high of 40, and more snow likely into Sunday night, cloudy with a low around 20. Some snow on Monday, mostly cloudy with a high nearing 35, and flurries Monday night. From the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm staff meteorologist Kara Foster.
When someone asks me, when is the best time to start saving for retirement, my answer is simple. It's today. Hi, I'm Tim McCaslin.
And I'm Janet Lawhorn,
your local Edward Jones financial advisors. We can help you build a plan for your ideal retirement by identifying your unique goals and help you keep on track to achieve them. The sooner you get started, the better. Call us at 308-872-6849 or visit edwardjones.com to schedule an appointment today. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
This holiday season, give them a STIHL. Save $20 on the BGA 57 battery-powered blower. Go to stihlusa.com/gift guide. Now $179.99 was $199.99 MSRP. Offer valid for a limited time only at participating dealers while supplies last.
Don't let a cold, sinus infections, or allergies ruin your holidays. Add Navage to your gift list so you can breathe easier, sleep better, and feel healthier all year long. Ask for Navage at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Target, or find us online at Navage.com.
Just be natural. Try to roll around in it gracefully and not like a puppy.
Maria's photography studio is zooming into a flurry of projects.
Where did did I put that memory card?
She needs an assistant to keep business in focus.
Hang on while I change the external flash. Oh,
Indeed can help her hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. You can schedule and conduct virtual interviews all from your employer dashboard. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
8:16. It is 27 degrees outside. Clear sky. Winds light out of the southwest. Barometric pressures at 30.09. That's up 1 point in the last several hours. And humidity's at 85%. 55 was our high yesterday, an overnight low of 28, but we're at 27 right now, which happens this time of year occasionally. Sun set today at 5:12, sunrise tomorrow morning at 8:02, 1/100th of an inch precipitation measured so far this month. And that is a look at the weather on KCNI, KBBN Radio, Broken Bow, Nebraska, your locally owned homegrown radio stations. I got your mic on if you want to talk.
Oh, okay. I don't have much to say. Every time I've opened my mouth this morning, I'm wishing I hadn't. So I'm going to choose my words carefully for the rest of the show.
Well, we'll get to that a little bit later. We do have some legal problems here at the radio station.
What are you talking about, legal problems? What? You're talking about, years ago, we got a CD in the mail, and it was called The Jingle Cats, A Meowie Christmas. And Brent opened the CD, put it into the CD player. I fell in love with it. I thought it was hilarious. It was cats meowing to Christmas songs.
Mm-hmm.
So I began to play it on the air.
Yes, you did.
I think it's funny. So every year, I bring out that old CD, and we play it on the final Party Line show before Christmas.
Boy, do we ever.
And so that'll be today. I'm planning to do that. And now, according to you, I'm being sued for it.
Well, we'll see.
And I do not understand why. What's the problem?
Well, it's I don't want to go into it right now. I've been told by my legal.
I don't play it all day. I don't play the whole CD. I just play a portion of it. And there is a story. There's a story behind the Jingle Cats, just like the story 'Twas the Night Before Christmas. There's a story about the Jingle Cats.
None of that is relevant in this case.
What do you mean it's not relevant?
It's not relevant. It's not what you're in trouble for, but we'll let you know later on.
So I'm not in trouble.
Yes, you are.
Okay.
You could be. I'm not saying you are, but I'd get a lawyer. Moving along. We are going to see if we can get a hold of Henry Nuxel this morning via telephone. If you haven't been to Comstock yet, you might want to plan that because it's quite a sight. I think Henry will explain that to us and invite you to take it in before they start taking it down. Comstock gets very populated this time of year with Christmas display that they have created over the years, and we're going to find out a little bit more about that. Also, in the 9 o'clock hour, we're going to see if we can catch up with the Pizza Hut this morning. We missed them the other day. And we're also going to see if we can talk to Justin with the FedEx company. He's comes here every day and delivers all these boxes and presents and all the things that you folks are, getting on your porch. And he has not only worn pants 2 times last year during winter. He wears shorts all the time. We got worried. We was concerned about his health. He actually stopped in here during our staff meeting the other day to defend himself on his use of shorts. And we'll find out more about that. And we'll wish Justin a Merry Christmas as well. Does that sound all right with you?
Yes, okay. Absolutely.
I'm trying to get along with you. I don't want to have any problems here. That's amazing. A lot of Grinches around there, too.
Yeah, we've got 40 different scenes like Grinchville, Minionville, Mickey Mouse Club, the Woods, Enchanted Forest, Bedrock. What we try to do is categorize them. So if somebody really likes Grinches, he'll be really enthralled with Grinchville. Or if you like Minions or Mickey Mouses, they really concentrate and makes the effort a lot better as far as seeing what you like to see.
Well, I noticed one of the things, there's so much to see going down Main Street, but you also go off on both sides of Main Street, maybe a block or so. So you've got several blocks for folks to enjoy, to either walk around or drive around, right?
Yeah, it takes an hour to walk it and a half hour to drive because you got to go slow both directions. We got parts or pieces of about 20 blocks, and there aren't a whole lot more blocks in Comstock, but it's worth the effort. And before I get too far, I want to reiterate that it wasn't my idea to do this. I put lights on my house 7 years ago to impress my twin, Gunther, who could see it from heaven, and my 15-month granddaughter, who couldn't remember it 15 minutes. But I was done Thanksgiving like you're supposed to be, but the next day an inflatable Santa reindeer showed up anonymously. 2 days later, a snowman and a dachshund. And over 30 days, $3,000 worth of lights and inflatables show up anonymously, and like an idiot, I kept putting them up, and now we're up to 20 blocks, 400 inflatables, a mile of extension cords, a dozen cars, boats, and campers, 1,000 tent stakes, and Pastor Don Shada says, you're going to kill me for telling you this, but you ought to do the baseball field. So rather than killing the pastor, I did the baseball field, and we got players at every position. We got 5-6 people that work pretty hard at this, and we got good support from the community, but Comstock fits it to a T. It's like a walking Disneyland here.
It's a lot of fun. I'm glad you brought up the baseball field. That was really one of my favorites when we came into town, and then we went back around and looked at it again before we left town, just seeing the old ball field. And it's kind of it's a beautiful antique ball field. Kind of brings back a lot of memories of ball fields of the past. And then you have those inflatables out there. It's pretty cool. It was one of my favorites, but there'll be something for everybody there. How long are you going to leave the lights up, Henry?
We'll leave them on till 11 o'clock New Year's Day, and then we figure we'll start for next year.
All right. I know in the past you've got caught with some storms before you got them down, so I'm sure you would like to get them picked up and put away safe for next year.
Yeah, we're not quite as quick a hurry as getting them up, but it takes a good 30 days to get them up. There's a lot of stakes that are in the ground. Those inflatables, they come with about 6-inch stakes, about as skinny could be, but we use heavy-duty camping tent stakes, so at least it keeps it from blowing to Arcadia or Burwell anyway.
I also know that you have in the center of Main Street, about halfway through the community, a place where people can leave a donation if they like. And I don't think anybody would think it wasn't worth leaving some monetary reward for you guys' effort there in that container. I assume that's still going to be there until you discontinue this year.
Yeah, it's a cream can, but this place is absolutely free. If you don't want to do anything, that's no problem here. We figure that the more we give, the more we get, and the more we share, the more we have. So that's the whole goal behind this. And when you can make like a senior citizen bus from Ord stop by with a dozen people in it, and you see them people smile, or you see kids hanging out of windows in Suburbans and cars, squealing and stuff like that, that makes everything worth it. And I heard something on the radio today. What happens is Christmas exudes light, and light basically represents Jesus Christ. And if it wasn't for Jesus Christ, it would be a pretty darn tough old world, because we know there's always a better place.
Well, Henry,
and light exudes Christmas.
We appreciate what has been done there. It is a wonderful thing. I know that there'll be a lot of families getting together the next few days, actually, since Christmas is on Monday and we have Christmas Eve on Sunday, and weather permitting, a great way to get out and kind of air off a little bit, maybe take the whole family in one of those Suburbans you're talking about, or a couple vehicles, and just get out and enjoy what you guys have done. So we appreciate it very much. We want to wish you a very Merry Christmas.
Yeah, same to you. It's that time of year, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, Henry. Good to talk to you. Thanks a lot.
You bet. Thank you guys for your support.
You bet. Anytime. 8:31. Yeah, you got to go see that if you have time. Maybe the kids are getting a little restless in the house at night, and it gets dark so early anymore. It's not a late night thing. You can go over there, leave here, for instance, around 5, and it's plenty good and dark by the time you get there. So it's not something you have to wait like in the summer for the fireworks displays till 9:30, 10 o'clock. You can leave your community in the afternoon and be there for the show. There's also a new business that is opening up there, a new bar, saloon, food vendor that's working on maybe getting going in the months ahead. They've been offering some free cider and hot chocolate and popcorn, and if you see the light on there on the south side of the Main Street, they'd love to have you come in and take a look, see what they've done so far, and get yourself something warm to drink, and then go walk around and have a good time.
Sounds good.
A lot of fun. We'll take a time out with these words.
This is John Farley with Lashley Land and Recreational Brokers. And here we understand your land represents a lifetime of hard work, and the decision to sell does not come lightly. I'd be happy to provide a free, no obligation opinion of value to assist in your estate planning. Inventory is very low at the moment, so now may be the best time to get the highest dollar for your lifetime of land stewardship and sweat equity. Whatever your goal is, I'm here to help. Call me, John Farley, or check us out at lashleyland.com.
Bruning Bank would like to wish everyone a Merry Christmas. We hope this holiday season is filled with the warmth of family and friends. We are here to help you with your banking needs. Visit any location or visit us online at bruningbank.com. Bruning Bank, member FDIC.
The morning Sandhills Drive never sounded so good.
In the mornings, we don't have to fight over the radio because it's one station.
You're listening to The Breakfast Show.
All right, we have a little time here. I wanted to send out just some warm thoughts this morning to one of our listeners and supporters. And I know she's going to be upset with me, but Karen Safranik is kind of, I don't know how to put this, in her own way, encouraged us to be sure and pay forward in situations in our communities where people are in need. There's things that are happening that are positive for the communities, and I just wanted to send out a special wish of happiness and Merry Christmas to Karen Safranik, who she just kind of quietly gives us support. I still don't know exactly why, but I think I'm getting the message that we take what we can put together and pass it along and pay forward on activities and families in need and so forth. So thank you very much, Karen. Also a big thank you to Mary Jane Garner.
Yes.
And Brittany Taylor.
Absolutely.
Today we'll be wrapping up the kindergartners from all over the listening area that those two wonderful people talked to, and we'll also have a few of those over the holiday weekend scattered in with the Christmas music here and there. And then I know Jeremy's been promoting that he's going to have those interviews available on Sandhills Express in the very near future. He's got that all set up and ready to go. If you missed them on the radio, you can catch them there. And also, of course, thank you to all the sponsors who made that possible. It's been going on a number of years now. It's always fun to listen to the kids' thoughts about Santa Claus and Christmas and snowmen. And thank you again to Mary Jane and Brittany Taylor. They did a great job. Emily Barnett had been doing it for a number of years, and we were kind of scratching our heads, and here comes two folks who knows a lot about kids, knows how to talk to them, and so we appreciate it very, very much. Also noticed this morning that Jeremy Shipe has been doing his magic again, and he has new graphics up here on the Facebook Live feed and YouTube feed that you can watch the breakfast show on. And it's pretty snappy. It looks pretty nice. And again, notice the sponsors that scroll on the screen that support Sandhills Express and the breakfast show live feed. But it's pretty Christmassy. Feels pretty good. Looks good. So thank you, Jeremy Shipe. I don't know if he's listening. He may be doing recordings, but we'll thank him personally. But he's got new graphics up there. You look really nice with your red shirt with the red graphics he has up there.
Thank you.
Yeah, your hair looks nice, too.
Thanks, Dave.
We'll take a time out. When we come back, we're going to dive into a problem that we need to resolve here one way or another. I hate to do it on the Friday before Christmas, but it must be done. We have a couple of notes here before we take our break. Good morning from Steve. Hope you all have a wonderful Christmas weekend. Steve, thanks so much for your participation in the breakfast show, both listening and dropping notes in our chat box. And Lana Ferguson is wishing us a Merry Christmas. Always enjoy your live and music time in Broken Bow. So, hey, thank you very much. Appreciate that. So let's get down to the nitty-gritty right after these words.
There's a lot of uncertainty in ag and business today. One thing you can always count on, though, is Nebraska State Bank looking for ways to help local ag producers and businesses be successful. Right now, NSB is running an ag and commercial equipment loan special that features a 7.95% fixed interest rate for qualified customers. Offer valid through January 15th, 2024. Call one of their local, experienced ag loan officers at 872-2466 to find out more about this limited-time loan special. Nebraska State Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Ansley Lumber and Supply would like to thank their amazing customers for their business during this past year. They loved helping you with your projects inside and outside of your home, and they look forward to doing the same in 2024. Shop with them this holiday season. They have tools, muck boots, DeWalt tools, and more. From stocking stuffers to everything you need to build an entire home. Wishing you a wonderful holiday season. Ansley Lumber and Supply, downtown Ansley.
8:38. Good to have you folks along. And again, I apologize to our listeners out there that we have to get down to something so serious going into the Christmas holiday. Summer Yarrington, our news director, has joined me at this time, and she's looking up to make sure her hair is okay for the live feed. we don't do that because we're radio people, Summer. We forget that we're on the camera. So how you doing?
I'm good.
Good. We have an issue here that I think we need to solve. I like your sweater, by the way, that Christmas sweater going on with your sparkly shoes.
Yeah.
You know that Brent is promoting, he's been promoting now for weeks, that he's going to be doing the cat meowing show on Party Line today. So that will happen again. I don't know if you've heard that in the past, but it's a bunch of cats meowing Christmas tunes.
There's some dogs, too. Yeah, there's a medley that I like to do that have dogs in it.
Mm-hmm.
And I if I can find it, I like to pull out Dogs Barking Jingle Bells, which has been a classic over the years. So it's not just cats.
Well, here's the problem.
Oh, okay.
The way we see it, right, Summer?
Yes.
You're ignoring and actually discriminating.
What?
Yes. Our feathered friends deserve recognition as well. There are birds sing, turkeys make the turkey gobble, chickens cluck, ducks quack. Any of those birds, Summer, don't you think could do Christmas music?
I think they can.
But they haven't had a chance because...
They haven't sent me a CD.
I think it's because Brent is favoring the furry animals over the poultry, over the feathered birds.
That has nothing to do with it. They sent me a CD. They sent me the music.
But you didn't seek out feathered friends? You didn't seek out birds to sing?
I didn't seek out the cats. They sent the music to me.
How many years have you been playing the cats?
Well, whenever the CD arrived, which I'm going to say late 90s, early 2000s.
That's older than me.
Yeah, well, I've been around for a while, Summer. But I took when the CD first arrived of the Jingle Cats, I overplayed it. It happens in the radio business. When you get music that you personally like, sometimes you overplay it. And I did. I'll be the first one to admit it. I overplayed it. Dave got royally annoyed by it. and maybe that's why I kept playing it so much. I can't remember. But anyway, I finally backed off, and we just made the decision, you know what? We'll play it only. We thought Party Line was a perfect time to play it. So we figured, you know what? We'll only play it on the Party Line show the last Party Line show before Christmas. And so it's kind of become a tradition. And then when I left for a while and, went to do other things and then realized I was meant to do this, I took the CD with me, and then when I came back, I brought it back with me, and therefore the legacy lives on.
That's a wonderful story, Summer, but as a news person, that's not relevant to what we're trying to get at here, is it? I mean, no. if he had the ability to play cats on the Party Line show and a few dogs, we don't know his segregation on men and women cats. Could be all men, could be all female cats. I don't know.
Oh boy! My goodness.
Or maybe you have something against neutered cats.
Let me say this: is there music of chickens clucking?
Have you ever researched
carols?
that?
No,
Yes.
I haven't.
Did you look into it?
There is.
Send it to me. I'd be happy to play it today. I'd be happy to play it. That's good. Oh my, it's not done yet. Wow. Wow.
The best part is one of them lays an egg.
That was going to be my question. How many eggs were laid during the production of that?
Right, one at the end, Summer?
Just one.
Yeah.
There's a video, of course, with it, and then you said there was one egg laid.
Yep.
Now,
that was wonderful. And I would be happy to include that in years moving forward.
I would think there would be some available of pigs.
Yeah, I think. I would think.
Oink, oink, oink.
Yeah, turkeys. I could hear turkeys
gobbling
Christmas carols.
Gobble.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. So we tried to open your eyes to other possibilities.
You have. That was phenomenal.
And if you're willing to look into other species,
other animals,
for the show, your annual show, You do not need a lawyer. We'll not continue moving forward with legalities.
Okay. Well, next year we will look at incorporating other animals into the Party Line show before Christmas. Sure,
right.
Absolutely. I'm happy to do it. Just send me the audio.
It's right
Okay.
there. It's preserved.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
It's called Summer's Chicken Carol.
Summer's Chicken Carol. Okay. Were these your chickens? Are you the one that produced this?
I wish.
Oh.
She wants
okay.
chickens.
I wish.
She wants to put a chicken house out back.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I'm considering.
Oh, here at the station?
Yeah.
Oh, my.
They're just so cute. It can be like the KCNI KBBN petting zoo.
Well, let's not get carried away. So
Who needs Christmas cats
Well, we
or all
did-
this when we could record it live?
Well, we did have a goat as a mascot back in the day.
We did.
Magnolia. I remember Magnolia well.
Yeah.
Boy, she created some real interesting moments out here.
Here's a question for that, Summer. How do you put chickens in a parade? I mean, we had Magnolia in a parade.
Yeah, we did walk Magnolia through a lot of parades.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But chickens, I don't know if they'll stay in a row. They're kind of, I guess they'd follow you if you were feeding them.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I don't know with some of the new regulations on the streets, I don't know if you can put chicken feed on a street.
I don't know.
So these are all questions. But you send me a blueprint of the chicken house you'd like to put out here, and we'll talk, okay?
Yeah.
All right, because I'm interested in the eggs.
There you go. Yeah.
We might have to get a little stove here so we could fry up some eggs in the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or chicken.
And if you fatten them up, you have meat chickens. There you go.
Oh.
Oh boy, I'm in trouble. Let's continue with Jackson Brown.
They enjoy getting to know you more and more each time you visit, and are looking forward to seeing you in the new year as well. For those last-minute gifts, stop inside Varney Health Mart. They're proud of the variety they offer for everyone on your list. Don't forget complimentary gift wrapping as well. Varney Health Mart will be closed Saturday the 23rd and Saturday the 30th. Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.
Are you suffering from back pain? Team Physical Therapy can help by addressing the root cause of your pain. 872-5111. Team Physical Therapy focuses on manual therapy, exercise, stretching, and personalized plan for you. Call 872-5111. Physical therapy can reduce inflammation, improve flexibility, and increase strength. Don't let that low back pain slow you down. Call Team Physical Therapy at 872-5111 or check out any of our locations in Broken Bow, Burwell, Callaway, Gothenburg, or Kearney.
8:52. Rich dropped a line here in our chat box. I would take the meowing cats or barking dogs any day.
Yeah.
Chickens just maybe didn't get it for Rich.
Man.
By the way, if you enjoyed that, or you're going to enjoy the meowing of cats later on today, you want to be able to hear it as clearly as you can.
Yeah.
Or not. But if you want to hear everybody that you talk to and enjoy as much life as you can, hearing is a very, very one of our senses that we kind of take for granted, and it can really make a difference when you can't hear and you discover that your TV is getting louder and louder, and people come in and it's blasting away and you don't think anything of it, and they ask you to turn it down. That might mean that you have a loss of hearing. It might, but the only way you know is to have your hearing checked. And you can get Roxanne, a board-certified hearing instrument specialist with over 35 years of experience, right here in Broken Bow, Nebraska, to do that test at no charge. Now, then, if she finds that you have hearing loss, she will give you all the options that you should go over. What's the hearing loss? How much will my hearing aids improve that when I get them? And all of those sorts of things. So you get the full service with Roxanne. And by the way, once you buy those, then when you go in and have them serviced or have them refit and all those sorts of things that can need to be done, there's no charge for it. And also she gives these great local discounts for buying local. She also has electronic custom fit hearing protectors personally fit by Roxanne to ensure you're not damaging your precious hearing. Great for hunters and shooters and hobbyists. Fabulous gift idea for a loved one or friend who works in a loud environment. So give her a call at 308-384-3852. Her office and clinic is located in the Broken Bow Chamber building. But sometimes the easiest way to catch up with Roxanne is just give her a call. She'll call you right back. She's very good about that. 308-384-3852.
As we get ready to turn the calendar and move into a new year, Nate Bell and your friends with Universal Insurance Agency, a division of GTA Insurance Group, look forward to continuing to grow and serve you with the same great service and smiles. They would like to thank the community of Broken Bow for continuously supporting them over the years. They care deeply for their community as their roots are planted strong. Universal is located on Southeast Street in Broken Bow. Contact them at 872-6438. You can also visit their website, www.gtagroup.com. Hey, Merry Christmas. Thank you.
Butch McGinn, I got to tell you a story. Come in here for a moment. He says no.
Butch is like, nah, I don't want to go in there.
So, Christy, come in and represent Butch. What do we have here?
Well, Butch was Santa's little helper, and he delivered us all coffees from the Market and Mill in Aunt Samo.
Oh, wow. Thank
nice.
you. These are, oh, man, these are delicious.
I know. Kristen and I got hot chocolate.
Ooh, I got the Snickerdoodle.
They make a drink called the Haystack, which I just absolutely love. Yeah.
That's got all kinds of things going on in it, that Snickerdoodle.
Well, you know, you had requested, the Aunt Samo elevator special?
Yeah.
That's how I said it, too. I got a message back. They weren't sure what that was.
Oh, gosh. That's very tasty. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Santa's helper.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
It's kind of weird that Butch popped his head in here. I had a weird dream about Butch the other night. Truly, I'm being totally.
Did it just come to you when you seen him? Like,
No.
Isn't that weird how sometimes I dream something and the next day it's like, oh my gosh, that was my dream.
I've been thinking about it actually because I don't normally have Butch in my dreams. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we were in a race car of sorts, and there were 4 of us in the car. But I don't know who the other 2 people were, but Butch was driving. This is it in my dream. I remember it like yesterday.
I've always said this about you. When I have dreams, I can't necessarily, share them.
Like you can't remember
accurately.
much of them.
Yeah, exactly. It's just kind of jumbled. Dave is amazing. You remember dreams.
Well, he is a good storyteller.
Like crazy. I mean,
Butch wrecked.
Oh my, he was driving.
I can remember this in the dream, Christy. Butch likes to visit with people, and he's driving. We're in this race, and somebody in the back seat says something, and he looks back, and he's talking to him, and he runs into the wall.
Oh, my.
Or it was like trash cans in my dream. It was like a bunch of trash cans. And then I've been thinking about that ever since. What does that mean? And it was answered this morning. Butch was going to drive down and bring us these wonderful treats.
There you go.
From Anselmo. Boy, that's a nice store up there. They're really doing some things, aren't they?
Very nice, yeah. It's neat, the things they've done and had some gatherings and a regular coffee club, I think. And it's fun. Good for the community.
Oh, it's fantastic. People can stop in and visit and sit down and have a cup. And, of course, the grocery store is still going strong. And for a town the size of Anselmo, a grocery store is a luxury, really. So, yeah. And they're pretty nice people who run it. What's their names?
Jessie.
Yeah.
She was Chandler.
She was a Chandler.
Mason. Jessie and Andrew Mason, of course.
Mm-hmm. Andrew
and then,
with...
Mrs. Griffith, the kindergarten teacher from Myrna, is the barista up there now for their coffee. So
she's a lively gal, isn't she?
Yeah.
She's fun. Yeah. Well, thank you from Anselmo.
Yeah, very much. Yes, thank you very much.
If this is the Anselmo special, I love it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm going to go have mine now.
Okay. All right.
I guess we'll let you.
I guess you can do that.
Hey, can you take these Stuart Fox brought these. These are homemade chocolate-covered caramels.
Yeah.
So if you could take those back to the treat area, that'd be fantastic.
I don't really want to dive into all the different names of people who have dropped by cookies because we'll forget somebody.
Yeah.
But my goodness, we got to take some cookies home today for the weekend. All of us need to.
Yeah, we will.
You're going to take some?
I've got all my little runs of salad containers that I saved so that we can get some
Divide
containers.
them up?
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah, I think I asked Joan if she would come out. And she said, well, I won't bake cookies. I said, you don't have to.
No.
There's plenty here.
Yeah.
So thank you, everybody.
Yes, thank you.
We really appreciate it. Good people out there.
And if you didn't have the opportunity to drop something off before Christmas, feel free to. Well, no, I guess I'm going to be gone next week.
He doesn't care.
Maybe going into the new year, feel free to bring in some more treats. I'm sorry.
You're embarrassed, aren't you?
I got a little shameless there.
It is, especially for all we've been given.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shame on Brent.
Right. Yeah.
Did you hear Brent this morning that?
I heard him. Yeah, you don't even have to repeat it. It's not good.
No, it wasn't good. I put my foot in my mouth is what happened, but it was all set up by him. See, it was Dave's fault.
He just brings it out of you, doesn't he?
He led me down that road. You've been there.
Yeah, I know.
You've been there. Yep.
Let me try it. I'm a man. I don't bake cookies.
I didn't mean that as a blanket statement. I meant personally. Just me personally. I don't bake cookies, I eat cookies.
And he licks the what are they called? The
beaters.
Oh, when I was a kid. I bet your kids did that.
Oh, yes, and I did.
Yeah.
You know, Mom always warned me, you don't eat raw cookie dough because the egg, and you always had that. Oh, I hope I don't get sick, but it's too good to worry about that.
Oh, man. Yeah. That was fun. I mean, you just loved it when Mom would make cookies because she would offer you the beaters.
Yeah.
Who wants to lick the beaters? And then there'd be a fight, between my sisters and me on who got to lick the beaters.
Sometime when we have time, I'll tell you about near fatal accident I had. Well, it wasn't fatal. I would have lost a digit in beaters.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I think I was making chocolate chip cookies.
Mm-hmm.
And somehow I got my finger in the beaters and I couldn't get it out.
Ooh.
And my parents, my mom and maybe my sister, I don't know, they had to chase me down because I was running around the house. I was like freaking out. Thought I cut my finger off.
Yikes.
Well, that probably goes along with why men don't bake cookies.
May have something to do with it.
When I was single, Pillsbury helped me out a lot. You know, the already made cookie dough, you just would slice it and put it on the cookie sheet and bake it. Does that count?
Well,
I did that a lot.
I think that's legal. It's not as good as homemade, of course.
Oh, no, not even close. But
all right, so the girl's going to have some Christmas with you?
Yes. Sydney's planning on coming home Sunday, and then they would all be here. So Haley's home for quite some time.
Good. And you're taking a few days off next week. Why? Can't you come to work?
Actually, it was just because Sydney has the time off, so I thought I'm going to take the time off while she's here.
Good for you.
The only thing we have planned is I want to take my little nieces and nephews to the movie, The Migration. It's called Migration.
Yeah, it looks cute.
So that's on the schedule for Tuesday night.
How old are they?
Well, they'll range from, I think it's 5th grade to 3 years old. But I said, by the time we get if we match up and everyone can go, and all my girls, it's 2 adult to 2 kids. So I think we can handle this.
There you go.
Yeah, you could probably go for a ride over to Comstock.
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
I think that's kind of nice because they can either, if it's nice, they can get out and walk around. If not, they get to see everything.
Yeah.
Go to the movies. Well, you got a plan.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good. Merry Christmas, Christy.
Yeah, thanks.
We'll check in on some news next.
You are listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show on KCNI, KBBN, Broken Bow, Nebraska.
CBS News Brief. An American dual national seized by Hamas on October 7th has died in
That's
captivity.
according to a group representing the families of Israeli hostages. Hamas took 73-year-old Gadi Haggai hostage on October 7th. His wife was also taken captive.
That's CBS's Vladimir Duthier. President Biden's reducing prison terms for 11 people serving long sentences for nonviolent drug charges. He says his decision's meant to address disparities in sentencing that have taken a toll on the Black community. Expect some jam-packed airports today. This is supposed to be the busiest travel day before the holiday. At the airport in Pittsburgh.
Drove here about an hour and a half-ish and parked.
I packed last night, but I've been planning it for like 6 months.
I'm headed to Pensacola, Florida.
Africa.
Airlines are expected to see more than 39 million flyers this year. That is up 16% from last year. CBS News Brief.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Nick Cope.
On Thursday Night Football, the Rams held off the Saints 30-22. Matthew Stafford, 328 yards and 2 scores, while the rookie receiver for the Rams, Puka Nacua, had a $164 receiving and a score. Derek Carr threw for 319 yards, 3 touchdowns, and an interception. L.A. has now won 5 of 6. They improved to 8-7 and move into the number 6 seed in the NFC. New Orleans falls to 7-8. They're a half game back in the division and in the wild card spot. In baseball, the Dodgers landed Japanese star pitcher Yoshinobu Yamamoto a 12-year, $325 million deal. In the NBA, the Pistons lost their 25th straight, falling to the Jazz. Detroit is just 1 loss shy of tying the NBA record for consecutive losses in a season. Timberwolves beat the Lakers 118-111. Clippers fall to the Thunder 134-115.
Here's your weatherology forecast. Sunshine today with a high nearing 60. Clear skies overnight tonight with a low around 31. Sunny with a high nearing 57 into Saturday, and rain showers are likely into Saturday night. Cloudy with a low around 29. Easterly winds between 15 and 20 and gusting as high as 30. Rain and snow showers are likely into Sunday. Cloudy with a high of 40, and more snow likely into Sunday night. Cloudy with a low around 20. Some snow on Monday, mostly cloudy with a high nearing 35, and flurries Monday night. From the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm staff meteorologist Kara Foster.
This is CBS News business analyst Jill Schlesinger. When running a business, your employees can create all kinds of interesting situations. You know, like somebody not showing up when they're supposed to. You better talk to Bambi. With Bambi, you get access to your own dedicated U.S.-based HR manager, starting at just $99 per month. They're available by phone, email, and real-time chat, so onboarding and terminations run smoothly. Team members reach peak performance, and your business stays compliant with changing HR regulations. And with Bambi's HR Autopilot, you'll automate important HR practices like setting policies, training, and feedback. HR managers can easily cost $80,000 a year, but Bambi starts at $99 per month. Schedule your free conversation today to see how much Bambi can take off your plate. Visit Bambi.com and type freedom under radio when you sign up. Spelled BAMBEE.com, freedom under radio.
Ag producers, save big on your spring seed with AeroSeed. Save up to 13% on AeroSeed alfalfa and 10% on summer annual forages by prepaying by January 10th. Order only by February 1st to save 5%. Save on AeroSeed oats too. Order by February 1st for 25 cents per bag or 15 cents per bushel in totes or bulk discounts. Talk to your local AeroSeed dealer today to take advantage of these money-saving offers. Learn more at aeroseed.com.
The holiday season is in full swing. Make sure your plans include visiting the Secret Garden. Holiday shopping hours are Monday to Friday, 11:30 to 4:30, Saturday, 8:30 to 4:30, and Sunday, 1 to 4. Save 15% off antiques, 10% off Watkins, and 20% off Secret Garden inventory, just excluding candles. Proverbs 17, verse 22 says, "A cheerful heart is good medicine." The Secret Garden, 2 1/4 miles west of Myrna on Highway 92 and a half a mile north.
Merry Christmas to all from all of us here at Bow Family Furniture, 817 East South East Street in Broken Bow.
9:08, 30 degrees outside, sunny skies, pretty nice out there. Southwest breeze, but not a big factor so far today. Afif is here from the bonfire. How you doing?
Good morning. I'm good. How are you?
Good. We're doing well here. We've got all the problems solved. Now that we're on the air, we'll just have to,
We can't air those things.
No, we
They're
can't.
Fun. They're fun, but we can't air those things.
I learned the hard way on that years ago, Afif.
Right?
Yeah. Hey, happy holidays to you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Likewise.
Yep. And we've got a couple days. Well, I guess Saturday you'll probably be serving, and then a few days off, right?
Yes. No. Well, Sunday. Yes. We'll have Christmas Eve, then we're off Christmas Day, and then New Year's. New Year's is a big day. We're starting to get reservations. I'll have a really nice special menu for you, including the menu. I have 3 features. One's going to be prime rib. We typically don't. We're typically not open on Sunday, but we will be, like I said. We'll have a prime rib. Then we're doing beef Wellington, and I love that dish. It's really a nice, classy dish. And on top of that, we'll be doing a lemon shrimp dish. Ooh. So those are the 3 features on top of the menu that we'll be serving for New Year's. We are starting to see some large reservations, 8 and more. We'd really like you to make a reservation just so we can put tables together and coordinate the night as far as getting all the smaller tables in and not having to wait a long time.
Okay, you caught our ears here on the shrimp.
Pardon me?
You caught my ear on the shrimp.
It's a Southeastern Asian type, dish that's we'll have lemongrass served with rice and vegetables. It's a very tasty dish. It's similar, but not quite the same as the lemon chicken we have on the menu now.
Okay, all right. Those are the kind of dishes that maybe pick you up and don't slow you down. I mean, they're not heavy. They're not
as heavy. Sure, we are beef eaters here in Nebraska, and some people might want to eat lighter on New Year's. And yeah, sure, anytime you're eating shrimp, chicken, and sometimes even pork, they tend to be a little lighter fare than beef.
Okay. I know there's some folks that I'm aware of that are staying at their Arrow Hotel and Suites going into this weekend, and that's pretty handy for folks who don't have enough room in their homes to hold everybody, and they can stay and even come down maybe and have a meal there.
Sure. Enjoy the festivities. Absolutely. If you'd like to go and have a good New Year's and not have to worry about driving anywhere or something like that, the hotel's a great place.
Yeah, yeah. Is RJ going to dress up as Santa this year? Or?
Did he? No. Okay. I don't think he did.
Okay. Well, he's Santa Claus year round, right? So yeah,
pretty much.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I hope you had a good year and a good Christmas season. I know you mentioned that this summer was maybe a little bit slower than some summers past, just because of the traffic that comes through. And we've talked about it last time you were here. Planning for people's flow is a
The economy
big deal.
has a lot to do with it. You know, across the nation, I was reading it was down last year 15 to 25% in restaurants. It might have been the cost of gas. Who knows? It has, you know, you really see when the economy is booming.
Yeah.
People tend to go out more. There's quite a few factors that do affect the restaurant business. You know, that when the minimum wage goes up to the $15 an hour, you know, that has to be passed on to in some way through the cost of food. Anybody that goes to the grocery store nowadays sees the cost of food, and it translates right to the restaurant too, where you have to make a profit of a margin of profit, and still take care of everything that comes with it, your labor, all your running costs.
Yeah. And you see that at every level.
At every level, even fast food. You know, I can remember when you could go to McDonald's once upon a time and eat for, you know, $3, $4. Those days are gone.
They're way gone,
But it's just the way it is. Yeah. It really is the way it is, but we always try to keep it in a price point where people can afford it.
Well, we look forward to 2024, not too far away, and you'll help people bring in the new year on that weekend. And I know that it's kind of a favorite spot, I think, for people to gather. There's always been a lot of festivities going into the new year down at the bonfire, and a good meal, and hang around and visit and have a good time.
Sure, yeah. It is a pretty place, you know, and the town square and all the activity that can be going on. It's a nice place.
Yeah. So next year, I know you're always tinkering with the menu a little bit. Anything in the back of your mind that you might?
Next year is too far out.
It's too far away.
We're dealing with New Year's. We're dealing with the holidays right now. But yeah, no. As things come into season, some of the things I took off the menu, for instance, you know, strawberries right now. Certain produces, we've changed the vegetable to more of a fall vegetable. But yes, you look at what's fresh, new ideas, new products that are coming in, and yeah, you plan your menu around that.
Okay.
There'll be more coming on. I took things off the menu. I had a few things on because we are going into the slower season.
Right.
When you have a lot of items on your menu, they're in competition with each other. It's difficult to make the sales. We're forced to buy product in volume. You just can't, you know, unless you run to the store, but that's not very profit-oriented.
Sure.
So, yeah, things change according to seasons, and that's nationwide. You know, chefs will use what's seasonal. California and places where they have the abundance of just about everything, it's still very seasonal as what's coming up, what produce is in season, and a lot of also the proteins as typical dishes in the fall that are done, or in the spring. It's a lot is gauged around the seasons.
Well, you come from areas that can probably grow things fresh year round.
Yeah.
That really makes a big difference.
It really does.
Yeah,
you know, Ecuador is blessed with just enormous amounts of topography. So you have all the beauties of the tropical fruits, something you'll never see in this country. They're just too hard to export, too delicate, to what will be growing the high plateaus, from asparagus to broccolis. And then you have the abundance of the Pacific Ocean. And and that's all the seafood. Again, it goes coastal down there, so you have, again, coastal, you know, banana trees growing on the beach.
Yeah. And a little more diversity on the protein side. In some of the other countries, they lean towards, because of just their economic situation, they eat a lot more lamb and that sort of thing as well.
Nobody will ever touch the United States when it comes to the amount of product we can produce. You know, the amount of excellent beef and pork. Other countries, especially third world countries, don't have that. Sure, there's beef and sure there's pork, but protein is eaten in much smaller portions. Legumes and starches tend to be more of the dish.
All right.
It's actually extremely healthy way of eating. If you live on the coast, they have all the abundance of the fish that costs just the labor of them fishing it.
Yeah. Well, we do with what we have here, and we have those positive things like the beef, the pork, and we can we have seasons where we can take advantage of those fresh vegetables and all of that sort of thing. So
absolutely,
I know that's what you try to do, make the meal more of a experience than just sitting down and gobbling it up, right?
Right. We have a feature right now, and I'll run through Saturday.
Okay.
My sous chef wanted to do a French dish. It turned out excellent. We served some last night, and I got back feedback. They loved it. It's a filet. It's an Bordelais sauce with fondant potatoes. You know, the French also in French cuisine will not only elevate the protein dish, but they elevate the starch, they elevate the vegetable in ways that they're prepared. Fondant potatoes are nice and brown on the inside, creamy on the inside. It's 2 cooking techniques to do it: seared and then braised in liquids. And with the juices of the meat, it's the way the French eat, and it's good. It's tasty. I was telling them the other day, there's a difference between a sauce and a gravy. Not that you're knocking down the gravy. The gravy is excellent with certain things, but the sauce is elevated with wines and herbs and finishes and the way the sheen of the sun has to look like. So it's fun to also teach the cooks how to elevate things. You know, there's nothing wrong with gravy. Don't get me wrong.
I got you. Yeah.
But you can elevate things, and for some palates, it's something that's a little odd to taste a reduced red wine in a sauce. But for people that are raised with drinking these with meals, that's something just adds that extra zest to the dish. And you eat through your eyes before you eat through your mouth. But you can't sell a cowboy a fancy little meal. They want substance. So there's a balance. There's always that balance. There's people that will enjoy that high-end dish, and there's people that will enjoy that meat prepared equally as well, but served more home style.
Yeah, wonderful. So let's review again. Now, this is Friday, so you'll be open tomorrow.
Saturday.
And then closed Sunday, Monday, of course.
Right.
All right. Then the next weekend.
No, not Monday. Is Monday?
It's Christmas.
Monday's Christmas.
Christmas Day, we're closed.
Okay.
Yes.
So then the next weekend, getting ready to welcome in the new year, you'll be open Saturday. Normally you're closed on Sunday, but that's
we
New Year's
will be
Eve.
open Christmas Eve. Yes.
Okay.
I'm sorry, New Year's.
New Year's Eve. Now, I was going to ask you about this as well, because a lot of people get so darn busy during the Christmas season, they didn't get or didn't want to try to squeeze in a gathering of some sort, a party, business gathering, whatever the case may be. Imagine you're still up for after Christmas parties.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And there's people that actually hold Christmas parties after Christmas due to their work schedules and the abundance of, depending where they're at, that they're booked, so they work around that, sure.
Yeah, we've done that before. I actually felt it was a little more relaxed.
Right.
Then, what night can we have a Christmas party with all the other things going on? And,
right.
Yeah, but what a great way to spend it, Brent. Go in and sit down, and you got the different choices for rooms that you can have depending on the size of the group. And
right.
I think sometimes people don't realize the different little nooks and crannies you have for people who want to have a party. So you're set and ready to go.
I want to take you back to New Year's Eve quick. You'll start serving when?
5:30 to 9:30.
Okay.
5:30 to 9:30.
Yep.
All right.
Sounds delicious. And if you like and you don't want to drive anywhere, grab a room. Set up a room so you can just eat and stay there.
That's correct.
That's a great combination.
It is.
Afif, thanks a lot.
Thank you.
And again, happy holidays to you and all your staff and everybody you work
very
with.
Much. Likewise, guys.
We'll enjoy having you in on the Breakfast Show. Still want to get you in separately sometime and talk about some of your other endeavors that you're involved in.
Oh, I will indeed.
Okay. Yeah, we'll get to that some other time, maybe down the road here a little bit.
After the holidays, sure.
All right. Thank you, sir. All right, we'll take a time out with a little Christmas music for you.
Over the ground lies a mantle of white, a heaven of diamonds.
coming. All right. Are you excited for Christmas? What makes Christmas so exciting for you?
Nothing. Nothing.
Nothing makes it exciting. Do you get to open up presents for Christmas?
Yes.
What do you hope to get for Christmas?
A bike.
Okay. Tell me a little bit more about your bike that you want.
Is it that I want a red one? A red one and just that.
Just a red bike?
Yeah.
Okay. Would you like to go bike riding around Broken Bow, or would you go to the park to bike ride?
Yeah, I want to go to the hut.
To the park? Okay. All right. So, Keaton, do you want snow for Christmas?
Yes.
Would you like a little or a lot?
A lot.
What would you do in the snow if we had snow?
To play a game you like throw snowball at each other.
Okay.
And with my brother. For me, that all.
That's all?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. You have one brother at home. Do you have any other brothers or sisters at home?
Just like seven brothers.
7 brothers?
Yes.
Oh, man. That's a lot. Okay. Do you have any pets at home?
Yes. A herd dog. A herd dog.
A herd dog?
A herd dog.
A herd dog?
A herd dog.
Okay.
And a cat and a dog and that.
Okay. All right. That sounds good. Sounds like a lot at home. All right.
I thought 3 and not even that one.
3's not a lot? You're right. I guess that's not a lot.
It's bad.
So, Keaton, do you have a favorite Christmas song?
No.
Okay. Keaton, do you leave Santa cookies when he comes?
Yes.
What kind of cookies do you leave?
Chocolate chip ones.
Oh, is that your favorite too?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Keaton, thanks for visiting with me. Would you like to tell everyone Merry Christmas?
Merry Christmas.
Thank you. That was Keaton from Broken Bow Schools.
This Kids Christmas interview was brought to you by Bruning Bank.
Every day will be like a holiday.
page. And right now you'll see that Central Nebraska Community Action Partnership is looking for an individual to work as a WIC immunization nurse in Loop City. This is a part-time, flexible, 20 hours per week position with a starting wage dependent on qualifications. Now, because this is a nurse position, you must have an active RN, LPN, or RD license. You would be traveling and providing assistance to clients at WIC clinics, also administering vaccinations to participants in the immunization program. If you'd like to find out more, contact CNCAP at 308-745-0780. The extension is 105, or you can apply online by going to centralnebraskacap.com. Also, the Nebraska Department of Transportation has an excellent opportunity for a highway maintenance worker to join their team in Broken Bow. At the Nebraska Department of Transportation, they reward their employees' hard work with a friendly and supportive work environment that encourages creativity and innovation. They provide training and career development, advancement opportunities, ample paid time off, work-life balance, and a comprehensive benefits package that includes a matching retirement contribution. Now, to apply for this position, you need to go online. So go to this website, statejobs.nebraska.gov. An online state application must be completed. The state of Nebraska is an equal opportunity, veterans preference employer.
All right. Thank you very much, Brent. Let's see if we can just go direct here. Every day is like a holiday. I wonder if... Now, this gentleman is very busy. He's delivering FedEx deliveries.
Hello.
Yeah, is this Justin with the FedEx?
Yeah.
Depends on who's calling.
Yeah, that's a good way to answer.
Well, it's the breakfast show, Justin.
Well, good morning.
Good morning to you. Thanks for dropping by for our staff meeting the other day. That was...
Well, there was a few text messages kept flying my way about apparently my wardrobe is in question.
Well...
I just want you to know that was all Dave Burney. Justin,
well,
he was the one that was commenting about it. I had nothing to do with it.
But I having been around a little while now, I do understand that when you need personal advice and, mental health, that Dave Burney's the guy to talk to.
Well, yeah, I guess.
Yeah. Yes, if you want to go off the deep end, I can help you.
Well, I'm right there. I might as well go.
Hey, Justin, really, I have noticed over, the time that you... Well, let's start with that. How long have you been delivering over here in Broken Bow?
In Broken Bow... 5-6 years, I think now.
5-6 years. Do you go all over the county, or are you just designated to town here?
Well, I used to do all of Myrna and all of Broken Bow, and then FedEx has grown so much the last 3-4 years.
Mm-hmm.
I just stay in Broken Bow now.
Okay. All right. Now, I have so many questions. The one that I wanted to ask you before I forget is, there was a lot of controversy on the news about FedEx having air-conditioned trucks and that sort of thing. Where do you stand on that? You got a heater in that thing?
I've got a great heater. The air conditioner is junk, so I sweat all summer long, but I'm perfectly warm in the winter.
Okay, so is that why you wear shorts?
Well, I've talked to people around town and told them the real reason, and everybody's kind of decided that's boring radio. But yeah, I'm warm.
Okay. Now, I've been speculating on this, but you can correct me if I'm wrong. When you stopped by the meeting the other day, when you left, I noticed on, I think, your right calf, you have a beautiful tattoo.
Oh, yeah, my dad. It was a tribute to my father. He passed away in 2000, and it's just my way of honoring him.
Well, I think that's great. See, I speculated that it was a solar collector of some sort, that it absorbed the sun for your leg. But if you only have one...
It's my skin cancer showing.
Yeah, no, it'd be like let's put it this way, the song Hot Legs, you would just be Hot Leg.
Well, Right. If I'm going to get skin cancer, it's going to be on that bald head.
Yeah, well, I think there's a number of folks out there that can relate to that. Hey, it's really fun to have fun with you, but I think most of us marvel, you and your competitors as well, and the U.S. Postal and all the different companies out there that are these days, in a lot of ways, are mainline to some things that we can't always get here in this part of the country. And then, of course, with the gift season going, I can't imagine the amount of work and hours it takes to make everybody happy.
Well, I love Christmas as much as the next person, but secretly you do kind of dread it due to work.
Yeah.
But you get through it. It's fun. Just knowing you're making a little kid, hopefully their Christmas a little better. That to me what it is anymore. What it's about is just knowing you helped the kid out.
Well, that's a good motivation. Is there a chance that we will see you in pants this year?
Well, we need to discuss that. I wore them twice last year. I should have stopped in to prove it to you.
Yes.
Is there? I'm just curious. Do you have a certain temperature that is set that determines if you go to pants or not? It just kind of depends. I assume maybe the wind chill can play a part, I'm guessing.
Yeah, I mean, trust me, guys, there's days out there that I'm contemplating my great life decisions of wearing shorts, but I don't really have a set temperature. Trust me, I realize how ridiculous I must look sometimes, but I choose comfort over
appearance.
There you go.
Yeah. Either that or I'm going to start wearing capris.
Oh, Justin, don't do that, please. Not that you wouldn't look nice in capris, but there's history there. We kind of told you that the other day.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for all you do, and hope you have a great. Are they going to give you Christmas off?
Yeah, I guess the rumor is right now we're not even going to work Sunday. That was a possibility. I guess we're going to work tomorrow, and I think that's a wrap.
Oh, that'd be great. You'd have a couple days with the family. Yeah. Now, you're out of North Platte, is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, drive safe. And
appreciate it.
And, Justin, when you get a chance, stop in and see us sometime. You're welcome to any of our staff meetings.
That was kind of funny. You looked up and were like, "Oh,
it's the guy. It's a guy I've been raking on."
I was just going to say, I think Dave was nervous, and I loved that. That was great.
Well, Merry Christmas.
In all seriousness, I hope everybody listening, and even those that aren't, I hope everybody has a good holiday and enjoys family.
Well, thank you very much. Appreciate that. Have a great Christmas.
And
all right, you guys too.
And drive safe.
Well, that becomes an issue in Broken Bow once the snow starts to fly.
Well,
nothing in this town is flat. I've told all my coworkers, I said, Broken Bow is the easiest town you'll ever deliver. But when it gets snowy and icy and nothing's flat, you're either going uphill or downhill.
Yeah.
It gets a little hairy.
I bet. Well, be careful. Stop and see us.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
You bet. Justin with FedEx.
What a great sport.
Yeah, he's a good guy. I'm getting to know him a little bit better. We had that kind of serendipity thing the other day where we were talking with Katrina from Arrow Seed, and Justin's daughter's best friends with Katrina, and just all fit together pretty coolly. And one of the things I think that he did tell us is that his radio, not only his air conditioner is not working very well in his truck, his radio no longer works. We need to call and start protesting, find out his headquarters and see if we can get him a radio.
Yeah.
Since Jeremy's over there, and I don't think he heard us earlier, great new graphics on the Breakfast Show Facebook. Looks good, Jeremy. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. You're a pretty talented guy for being from the east end of the state. Did I say that right?
I guess, yeah.
All right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We're not done yet.